Mhm. Alright, thank you very much. Hello everybody, it's your good friend Pozzible here, and I'm back in action. I'm at it again, doing what I do best, reviewing movies. And today's movie we're going to be reviewing Elysium with Matt Damon, Jodie Foster. You know what? Sharlto Copley, and I do hope I'm pronouncing that right, though I'm probably not. Sharlto Copley is not given top billing or any billing in this movie for some reason, and that's a shame. He was great in the movie. He really helped to make the movie what it was, which was a really good movie. Basically, you have the future. It's 2154 AD, and Matt Damon is here on Earth where global warming has taken over. It's a desert landscape now. He's in LA, and it's terrible. Conditions are horrible. It's a total slum all over the Earth. That's the idea that you're supposed to get. Up in Elysium, Elysium being another word for heaven, that is, there's a space station. It's one of those huge rotating space stations that stimulates gravity, a perfect Earth's atmosphere, and has technology that can cure everybody of any disease. And of course, only the rich and powerful are up there. So once again, we're back with what Hollywood seems to only want to do nowadays, which is class warfare. You have the lower class, you have the upper class, and the very in between. You would be afraid that after movies like In Time and Hunger Games, that they would want to steer away from that because it's been done so often. But I'm glad they did. This movie did have some really good moments in it. You have Matt Damon, who's a worker. He used to be quite the rebel, this guy, because you do get a sense of his whole story told in flashback. From his childhood to his adulthood. Though his time as a rebel isn't really explained. I have to admit, they don't explain his time in between him being very young to nowadays. Nowadays, he's older, he's wiser, and he's tired. He doesn't want to fight anymore, so he works an honest job and just hopes to, survive an honest living. He helps to repair and create those robots, one of which who broke his arm. He has to make the very thing that controls him, but he's happy with that. He's done with the fighting and all that until an accident at the factory fries him with radiation. He does not become the Hulk. No, he becomes what happens when you really are exposed to radiation. You die, or you will die within 5 days. And so his only hope is to get up to Elysium. His only hope is to get up to Elysium, cure himself, and come back down. That's it. Easy peasy. But you're not allowed to do that, and they do show what happens to people who try to infiltrate Elysium. It's not a pretty sight. That said, who's controlling all this? Who prevents Elysium people from coming up? Jodie Foster. Now she's the head of security. She's not the president, and that bugs her. She wants to be the president, and that's really the angst in this whole story. You get only half the story in the trailer. You get the idea that, he's sick, he needs to go up to Elysium, and he needs to get cured. But what you don't get is Jodie Foster's part in this whole thing, where she's the director with ambitions of being the supreme ruler of Elysium. She likes her power, and she doesn't like her power subjugated. Kind of an interesting twist, if you ask me. The ultimate angst, though, is Sharlto Copley's Kruger. I'm just going to call him Kruger because I can't pronounce his real name. Sorry, I love this guy. He's a great actor. And I'm shocked that he didn't get any billing on this, because let's face it, the guy who directed District 9 directed Sharlto Copley in that. He's directing him here. You think he'd be a friend, give him some billing. But then again, you didn't even put your name, the director's own name on there. So who am I to complain? But he's Kruger. He's the main bad guy. He's the badass. He's the guy who's gonna, kill you with a look or something like that. And yet sing to children. It's crazy. But you know what? The whole movie is supposed to be crazy. It's set in the future. It's very different than what I was expecting. In some ways, I wanted Elysium. I was expecting Elysium to be an action thriller, more of a video game type thing where somebody was, battling here and battle there. It really is not that way. It's very deep. It's very philosophical. It's very more discussion oriented. So it was really good. I give the movie a see it. And I think it's worthy. So I hope you enjoy it, guys. And I hope to see you at the theaters.